Yo, what is going on, guys? King T-Bird here, and today we're going to be doing a different type of video. For one, we have the face cam going on, but we're going to be starting a series of breaking down the agents, and we're going to try to do these relatively quick, so when the game does come out to everybody, this could be a useful tool for you, and even in the closed beta. So the first agent we're going to be breaking down today is Cypher. I just started using Cypher, and he's easily become my favorite agent in the whole game so far. He is such a good defensive agent as well as an overall agent, so you can use him on the offensive end, and we'll talk about how. So how we're going to start these videos is we're going to break down the abilities kind of in this, shooting range or the practice course, and then we're going to bring actual gameplay of me using him against real players, and we're going to analyze it, probably without the face cam. But let's get right into it. Let's break down the abilities of Cypher. So if we look at the abilities, every agent has 4 abilities, including their ultimate ability. The ultimate ability being the one you have to charge up, their rounds and kills and all that. So here are the 4. We got Trapwire, Cyber Cage, Spy Cam, and Neural Theft. So he's a really cool agent, especially for defense and information. And every agent has an ability that they spawn with at the start of every round. They don't have to buy it. The other ones you have to buy. So the first thing that we get that we don't have to buy ever is our Spy Cam. So I have it bound to mouse button 5. Default bind is like E, whatever you have it bound to. Now it becomes pretty much invisible unless you start to use it. So say this is a site I'm holding on defense, and I'm safe. I'm here in this corner. No one can see me. I can glance and see if people are coming. It's really cool. And then you can pop it back out, goes back invisible, pop it back in, right? It's really cool. While you're in the camera, you can shoot a dart. There's a recharge time of probably like 8 seconds or so. But if I hit somebody with the dart, when I come out, I'm going to see a little bit of like a tracing, like kind of like a wall hack on them until they pull the dart out. Really, really cool for marking people and seeing where they go. So overall, this is a great defensive ability. And also on defense, you're holding down the site by yourself. You're looking, no one's here. Your teammate's saying, hey, they're at A. What you can do is you leave the camera there. You start rotating to A, right? You check real quick. Oh, no one here still. Okay. Keep going, and you can kind of go back and forth, and it's really quick you can do. So it's not super delayed. Really useful. And then something also to know is you can pick it up. You don't see the cooldown here, but in game there's a 15-second cooldown before you can place it again, but you can place it again. So we'll briefly talk about, hey, how can you use this on offense? Seems like a really defensive focused ability. Well, here's how you could use it on offense. So say if you're pushing up, before you peek this corner, you kind of do this. You're like, oh, no one's here. We're good to go. All right. So it really can help you lead the push. You can watch the flank with that. It's just information, and information can be used on defense and offense, but it is mainly a defensive character. Let's go to the next ability. So this is probably the most useful ability other than the ultimate and the camera out of the two, really. Out of the cage and the trapwire, I have to give it to the trapwire. So let's go where we would do this. So similar to the camera, you put it down. After a few seconds, it becomes invisible. It becomes even more invisible than this to the enemy. It's just visible for me so I can remember where to pick it up. Say they walk through, right? What happens when they walk through is that it will alert me. It will slow them until they shoot this, and it kind of marks them. So if they get hit by it and they go back here, again, I'm getting a wall hack of where they are. It's insane. You can carry up to 2 of these. They're 200 credits each. And then say at the end of the round, you're near one, you can pick it back up and bring it with you next round. Now, if you leave this one, you lose one of them for the next round. But it is cool that you could reuse it. It's really cool. So again, it's good to watch your flank if you're on attack. You can put a few trap wires down, and they're good on defense, obviously, just slowing down. So if you are holding out a sight by yourself and someone gets hit by one of those, you tell your teammates right away. It can kind of buy you a little time. So now let's talk about the cage. The cage is pretty cool. They're 100 credits each. You can carry up to 2 as well. But the cage is a little bit more specific of what you can use it for. And I feel like it's not always going to be a viable thing to use every round. But that might be because we're early in the game and, someone hasn't really exposed how we can use it all the time. But let's whip it out. So you point and you click your ability button, it gets thrown. Again, kind of becomes invisible. And notice how you have to aim at it to detonate it. You have to hit the button to detonate. But what is cool is you can be really far away as long as you're in the line of sight. Not even line of sight, but as long as you're aiming at it, right? You can detonate it. So if I hit E from here,
Cage triggered.
now this happened. So you could be like, all right, that's cool and all. What is it? Is it just a block of vision like a smoke? You could use it like that, but I think it's even more powerful when you use it to its full advantage. So what is it? What is its full advantage? When you put it down,
Cage triggered.
I can go through this thing, and my teammates can go through this thing with ease. It's like there's nothing there. But if an enemy tries to go through it, they're getting slowed down dramatically. So it's really dangerous for them to go through this. It makes it really easy for you to shoot. So you can use it as like an aggressive smoke, where you know there's enemies over there really close. You could wait for them to try to make the ballsy move, and you can get the easy kill. But now what's a really cool way to use it is you'll see pros do this. They'll have a tripwire here, and they'll have this right under. And again, these aren't visible to the enemies. Unless you're an enemy and you're slow walking, you'll hear the sound and you'll see it, and you could shoot it out. So it's not completely broken, but if you're just kind of like walking through, you can get hit with it really easily. Say someone gets hit, all right, I'm right here, I'm safe, I'm not in line of sight. Now my crosshair placement's all messed up because I'm aiming at the freaking thing, but that's okay. I hear the trap go off, I get my notification, I click E to detonate it, they're stuck in here, and I can spray through it, or I can push through it, you know, quietly and just not, you know, whatever. Your teammates could be, you know, possibly behind them too, so you can set up a really cool thing where it slows them and they're kind of trapped in this area and you know where they are. Really, really cool. Like I said, so it's pretty specific of what you can use it for. Trap wires are really specific too, but it feels like you can get use out of that every round, where the cage is, it's a little bit more specific. You can put the cage on the bomb and kind of put it up. Hey, if you want to go through it, be our guest, but you're going to be slowed down. It's cool, but you can pick those back up. But they're 100 each, and you're not going to use them all the time, so definitely worth the buy. Last is the ultimate, which I can't show you guys in the practice range or practice area because you need a dead enemy body. So if there's a dead enemy body laying right there, you can pull out your ultimate, aim at them. Notice how he says, give me a corpse. It needs to be an enemy, though. You see him landing, you aim at him, click your ultimate button. He throws his hat, and there's a little bit of a bar. It says, like, downloading information or something like that. And then on your map, your whole team sees this as well, is the location of every character. Now it's quick, it's not like it stays there for a long time, but it gives you the general idea of where they are and where they could go. Just this character is just so beneficial to every team, and I think he's one of the most important characters or agents on a team as well. You know, as Sage is pretty close as well. So now we broke him down, so let's do it. Alright guys, looking at this first clip, it's pistol round. The clip starts off with a nice little headshot here, but what's really significant is you're going to end up hearing a teleport go off, and because I started at B, I was able to pan back and forth with my camera, which is just so invaluable. I end up rotating due to a call out, and I peek with the camera. Rather than putting my body at risk, I just peek with the camera, and it ends up resulting in a nice headshot for the win. Now this is where I usually like to set up my camera, and normally I'd like to put a trap wire in both hookah and archway, but because my teammate was in hookah, I decided to put my trap wire in cage and archway. So now I go to a safe position, and now I'm just waiting in the camera. Unfortunately, both my teammates pushed up super aggressive on the defensive side, which I never recommend, and you see what happens to them. They both get put down. But now I'm just waiting. I'm ready. I'm safe. And I end up targeting her with my arrow. Unfortunately, she pulls it out. I'm sorry, my dart. But I knew where she was. Damage was done. So get back to safe position, reload, peek with the camera instead of my body. See, there's two, and then I swing. I get a nice headshot, and then they broke my camera, but I had a good feeling where they were. And then that's a 3-piece. And what's really nice about that is it just shows you how good these abilities are to hold down a site pretty much by yourself. So next clip, put my camera back up. I'm able to put both my trap wires, both in hookah and archway this time. I put my cage as well in hookah, but you can see we were kind of getting our butts kicked because our teammates were playing really aggressive. So I decided to reposition. Instead of being directly in front of hookah, I decide to go off to the side. And this is always important to be, as unpredictable as possible. But I see them push through, they take down my teammate. Now you look at the wall hack because of my dart. You can see them through there. I knew she was pushing up, so I activate my cage. She hits the trap wire, that activates another wall hack, and now I could see her through my cage. I think that's a really good example of how good the abilities can be for, where they are. So now it's a 1v1. I see where my teammate died, so now I know where the enemy is. I slow walk so they don't hear me, and now I have the camera for all my information. I'm safe spot. I peek it again. He ends up destroying it, but I knew where they were and I knew where they had to go. So now I just waited to hear them jump out. Once I heard them hit the ground, I peeked, and it's kind of an easy kill. So ended up being a good round one. Here's an example of just when you're on the offensive side and you're not holding out of sight, use your camera to peek these angles for you. So I was able to find out that bathrooms look clear, and this ultimately led me to getting a nice little headshot kill. Always use it to peek your corners when you think there could be someone here. So now it's pretty much a 1v3 because my teammate was AFK, and I figured there was going to be a flank, so I used my camera to check the corner, and there was no one there. But again, you're not risking yourself, you're just risking your camera, which is always good. I end up hearing someone, and it ends up to another kill. So here I use my ultimate ability. Unfortunately, it was a 1v2, and you'll see on the map pop up right now that they were on both sides of me. So I went for the closest threat. She slowed me off. Good play, and it didn't work out. But with this last clip, you'll just see how quick you can check multiple angles and how it could be for your advantage. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.